All right, let's cut right to it. You command premium prices. You've got the elite clients. But let's be brutally honest. If you're still the one doing all the heavy lifting, you don't own a business. You're the most critical part of the system, sure. But that also makes you its biggest liability. So it's time to choose. Are you going to build the system, or are you going to remain its slave?
I want you to take a look around at what you've built. That revenue, that reputation, it's impressive, no doubt. But it all hinges on you. Every single critical decision, every client deliverable, every fire that needs to be put out, it all lands on your desk. You're not free. What you've really done is build yourself a beautiful, gilded cage, and you're the one holding the key on the inside.
So, you're at a fork in the road. You really have a choice to make. On one side, you've got the true business owner. This person builds an asset, a machine that churns out value whether they're in the room or on a beach somewhere. Then on the other side, you've got the high-paid slave. This person owns a job, a really high-stress, high-overhead job where they're the start player who can never, ever leave the field. So, which one are you? The hard truth is, most entrepreneurs fall into that second category, and they don't even realize it.
So, how does this even happen? I'll tell you how. It happens because of the lies you tell yourself. These are convenient, ego-stroking little lies that feel like the truth. They're the flawed beliefs that keep you spinning on that hamster wheel, completely convinced that your personal heroics are the only thing holding the entire operation together. Well, it's time to tear down those lies.
There are 3 core lies, 3 fundamental self-deceptions that stop you from making that crucial psychological leap, from being the chief problem solver to becoming the system architect. We're about to drag them out into the light and expose them, one by one.
Here it is. The first and, the most seductive lie of them all. This is that ego-driven belief that your genius is just irreplaceable. That no one, absolutely no one, can deliver the same value with the same touch, the same little bit of magic that you can. And you know what? It feels good to believe that. It also happens to be the one belief that guarantees you will never, ever be free.
This lie, it just exposes a huge failure in mindset. It's you clinging to the mentality of a freelancer instead of stepping up to be a true business owner. See, this isn't about finding someone to replace you. It's about building a team of hell yes people. Those with a can-do attitude who actually believe in the mission. And the hardest part isn't finding them. The hardest part is you finally letting go.
Oh yeah, this is the classic, the number one excuse. That frantic, day-to-day chaos, it feels productive, doesn't it? You're buried in work, you're fighting fires, you're servicing clients, and you keep telling yourself you'll get around to building the systems later, when things finally calm down. But let's be real, things never calm down. This lie isn't a reason, it's the trap itself. It's the very thing that ensures you will always be too busy.
You have to get this through your head. Being busy is not the same thing as being productive. Think about the race to the South Pole. You had Captain Scott's expedition, a complete mess of frantic, heroic efforts against total chaos. He failed. And then you had Roald Amundsen. He meticulously planned and built systems for every single contingency. He succeeded. The difference wasn't about who had more willpower, it was about the process. Scott was counting on personal heroics. Amundsen counted on a sovereign system. It's time to stop reacting and start architecting.
And now for the final lie, the one that says what you do is special. It's an art form. It's too complex, too intuitive to ever be documented in a boring old process. You believe your clients are paying for bespoke genius, not some repeatable formula. This right here, this is the last defense of the ego, protecting you from doing the boring work of actually building a machine.
You want the brutal truth? Here it is. Most of your clients don't actually need custom, bespoke work. They just think they do. What they really need, what they're really paying for, is a reliable, predictable result. Real authority doesn't come from guarding your secret genius. It comes from deconstructing that genius into a system that's replicable, that's teachable, and that delivers excellence every single time. That is what a premium client truly values.
Okay, we've destroyed the lies. Now it's time to build the truth. The solution to all this is what I call the sovereign system. And look, this isn't about dusty operations manuals or boring flowcharts. This is the architecture of your freedom. It's the actual blueprint that allows your business to scale far, far beyond your own personal limits.
A sovereign system is the absolute core of a premium brand. For an affluent client, a flawless, predictable delivery isn't just a nice-to-have. It's a huge part of the value. It screams professionalism. It communicates reliability. It's what justifies the premium price tag.
It proves you're not just a talented freelancer, you are a world-class organization that has mastered its craft.
Now, building this system, it's not complicated, but it does demand discipline. Here's my framework. I call it the Corvus correction. It's just 3 steps. Step 1, document the core value delivery. Map out the exact A to Z path to get your client their result. Step 2, create the decision-making framework. Give your team the rules and principles so they can act without you. And third, install the feedback and improvement loop. You have to constantly review, refine, and optimize the machine. Document, empower, improve. That's the path.
And all this brings us right back to that choice I mentioned at the beginning. You can keep playing the hero, the indispensable genius who's trapped inside the very cage you built, or you can choose to become the architect of your own liberation. The choice is yours, but the clock is ticking.
This right here, this is the ultimate mindset shift you have to make. Your goal is no longer to be the most important person in your company. Your new obsession is to make your direct involvement in the day-to-day delivery completely and utterly optional. Freedom isn't about having nothing to do, it's about having the choice of what to do.
So here's your mission. Not next quarter, not next month, this week. I want you to pick one, just one, core outcome that you deliver for your clients. Break it down. Document every single step from start to finish. This is your first move. This is the first battle in the war for your own sovereignty. Build the system or remain its slave. The choice is yours.